beautiful Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for June 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details and I will never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for June 2022. And first of all, you will be feeling that new moon in your sign, and that's all about communication. It's a very thought-provoking time for you, especially this month. You will be drawn to think about situations in your past that may not have gone your way and how you've managed to adjust to make yourself clear and achieve whatever it is you desire. It's about getting clear this month. It's about making yourself understood and heard and no mixed signals. Also, you may feel called to inject a little bit more playfulness into your life, finding a way out of those mundane routines. And also, you'll be focusing on sort of seeking adventure, perhaps new ideas. It can be adventures in career or in your personal life. You'll be called to sort of like activate that freedom element of yourself and exploring all aspects of yourself too. Also, I'd just like to say happy birthday to you all. For those who've already had a birthday and the ones that have yet to come, I wish you an incredible day. I do apologize for the lateness of the June reading. I had some family responsibilities there for a couple of days, so I do apologize about that. But this reading is good for the next 4 to 5 weeks. Now also, the super full moon is in Sagittarius, and that is all about inspiring yourself to believe in yourself. It's about accessing the parts of yourself that sort of focus on ambition. It's about how far you've come on your journey so far. It can also be about you looking at circumstances where you really evolved, appreciating how far you've come, sort of patting yourself on the back and sort of realizing you did a good job. You've done a job really well done. Because as humans, we tend to focus on the future all the time, setting intentions, setting goals, and as soon as we've accomplished something, we're on to the next. But this super full moon in Sagittarius makes us really look at how far we've come on our journey. No matter your circumstances, it's about how far you have evolved and being sort of clear that you've been strong enough on the journey so far to get to this point. Now, you may also feel called to connect with friends, inject a little bit more fun into the schedule. As I said, your energy plus Sagittarius energy is all about fun, but it's also about keeping your eye on the prize and being on target, okay? Now, your 1st and 7th house is activated this month. Now, of course, the 1st house is all about you, your identity, how you feel about yourself, making your mark on the world. You may be called to sort of look at how you feel about yourself and sort of like enhance or revamp the way you feel or the way you look, like your wardrobe. You may be called to like make a purchase. You may also feel that you want to change your hair or something like that. I would definitely say wait. I think by the time you listen to this reading, Mercury will no longer be in retrograde. So I would always say wait till Mercury in retrograde passes, okay, until it goes direct before you activate any major changes, especially to do with the self. But this is a big philosophical time for you. I'm going to get that card now in a moment. This is a big philosophical time for you where you think about who you are, what you want from life, your authenticity, and you taking the next step on your journey. Also, your 7th house of partnerships is starred. Now, that can be partnerships in love. It can be partnerships in business. It could be your friendships, your family connections. It's about looking at how you interact with other people. If you're looking for love, there's definitely an element of you feeling in the vibe to be motivated to find love. But if you're already with somebody, you'll be deepening your connections. And also, I feel like balance will be occurring in all relationships. This is like a really feel-good month for you. Now, we do have a devil card there, so we'll see what that is. But I'm just going to go get that card for you. One moment, please. We got the Hierophant. Okay, so this is about you. When I look at this, this is about you being strong enough to learn a lesson and overcome an obstacle and sort of like cut it completely out of your lifestyle, whether it is, an addiction, whether it is a blockage, maybe it's fear, whatever it is, it's you cutting it out, learning the lesson and saying, you know what, this has no space in my world anymore. So why am I still holding on to it? So I'm going to go deeper and find out. And also I'm going to do a Celtic cross to see what is coming your way. But the first card here, this is your protagonist energy, the one who creates. So a very productive month for you in a really good way, not in the sort of way where you're like, oh, I've got so many things to adhere to on my schedule, I'm really bogged down with work. I feel like this month you're going to be in the flow. You're going to be accomplishing a lot of things. You may even be called to do something cathartic and creative in order to come back to your center or connect to source, whether that is now, this is not going to resonate for everyone, but they're showing me something very, very interesting, which is like, it's almost like, I want to say, it's like a sweat lodge. It's almost like something in the countryside. I'm just seeing right now, I'm scrying in the water. It's perhaps like a retreat type thing, but I see like, it's almost like a teepee type thing that you go into and it's very hot in there. So, I mean, maybe you're planning some sort of spiritual retreat that involves some sort of sauna type thing or sweat lodge type thing. I'm not really sure. That's coming through. So that's not going to resonate for everyone. I mean, spiritually, if it doesn't connect to you on a personal level, it can mean spiritually that you felt a little bit sort of like under pressure recently and now you're coming up for air, but you've gone through a real test and now you're coming out the other side. Sweat lodge is all about endurance, okay? It's about you being able to endure difficult circumstances in order to purify your body or find peace. So I feel like this is something that perhaps you've been going through, okay? But it says here, creativity, originality, spontaneity. And that's exactly how you're going to be feeling or addressing the month of June. Suddenly, a friend from the past reaches out, or you think about someone from your past, you reach out, and all of a sudden you're going on an adventure, or you're seeing each other, or suddenly you feel called to do something really exciting, book a trip. You're going to be very spontaneous in the month of June, but also you're going to be very creative with that. Wonderful ideas just suddenly hitting you out of the blue. It actually makes you come out of the funk, out of a comfort zone, and I feel like you're gathering your strength here. You're actually, this is a strength card. It is called the Force card. So this is about your inner resolve, you being tenacious enough to go after whatever it is you set your intention on accomplishing in the month of June. But there's no restrictions here. As you can see, this lion there is like having that inner roar really come outwards. I feel like this is about you making your mark, you being seen, being heard, okay? And I feel, of course, it's your birthday month, so a lot of focus will be on you and the self and the identity, not in an egotistical way. I just want you to be aware of that because this is a Leo card, and that all, the strength card and also the sun card tend to talk about ego and things like that. But I'm talking about the good ego, that sense of identity, that sense of who you are and how to accomplish great things. So I feel like you're making yourself clear, you're making yourself heard. Okay. Now we do have Leo energy. We've got Taurus energy. We've got Capricorn. We've got Scorpio and Aries. And that is a lot of energy, which is about having the confidence to push through any obstacles and sort of like, accomplish great things. It's almost like if you've been manifesting something, but you felt like sometimes you procrastinate or you haven't been manifesting as much as usual, you may be getting back to being in the flow of that. And all of a sudden you start to see that once you build a routine of doing that, things start to manifest a lot quicker for you as well. But the Force card is number 11 in this deck, and normally the strength card, the Force card, is number 8 in the major arcanas, which is all about the self, and it's about infinity, and it's also about there being infinite possibilities for you to be successful. But it's number 11 here, which is about your soul path number. So 11 is all about justice, getting what you truly deserve. It's about cause and effect, you putting the effort in to your work or your ambitions or to your ideas, believing in yourself, that you will accomplish great things. Also, it's about having patience with yourself, being gentle with yourself, having compassion that you can overcome any of the obstacles that may have come your way. Now, a lot of you may have been feeling like kicking back against the norm, especially since we got the Hierophant in this position. It tells me that, you know, you're feeling a little bit stuck with the hierarchy, or you feel a little bit rebellious against systems that have already been put in place, because it's stifling your flow. So for example, if you're at a job where you're like, I love my job and it gives me good pay and I pay my bills, it's great, but I'm not able to really exercise my true personality, or I'm not able to really sort of speak up about my ideas and sort of like really, you know, feel like I'm making this position mine. If you feel like you're in positions like that, you may feel triggered to really kick back against systems or people in power, because I feel like here you're coming into your own, and a lot of people are recognizing that you are a force to be reckoned with, and that you're very creative, you're really good at what you do, you're very, very talented, and you're starting to get noticed. Now, of course, when you start to get noticed, some people want to raise you up and others want to bring you down because they're in fear that you may be like a threat to their position or something like that. Now, it's interesting because as I'm feeling that energy, they're giving me an image in the water, which is, wow, this is quite an intense image. They're showing me, it's like two knights jousting. Okay, so either, either you are going to one of those, like reenactment type places where you're watching jousting, or perhaps, I mean, it's very medieval, very carnal kind of energy, or maybe you are part of a reenactment group and that's what you do. But I feel spiritually, if that's not something that's actually of your present moment, it can be that you feel like you're having to fight for your position, or in the month of June, or that you are leading with honor, because knights tended to joust. This is the energy they're giving me, so I'll have to look this up to make sure. But knights tended to be jousting in order to be competitive, to win money, but also to win favor, to win a position. So like our modern day equivalent may be that you go for an interview and you are fighting against other people who may be rivals for a coveted position, or, you know, a really interesting sort of opportunity to get a raise or something like that. So you may feel like you're in a competitive arena against, but I feel like you're winning, okay? I feel like you are winning. So yeah, I feel like I've picked up on that energy. It's kind of starting to fade in the water now, which means I've kind of hit the mark. Maybe that's about what it is, because it's completely gone now that I've said hit the mark. So I feel like you are going to hit the mark, but also I feel like you're protected against any rival or any sort of like anybody who's trying to knock you off your perch. That's what I feel. Now, we've got the one who waits. Okay, now this is in a resistance position, so it's showing me that you don't tend to be someone, and please don't shoot the messenger when I say this, my beautiful Gemini, you don't tend to have patience. Sometimes, I mean, human beings in general, we don't really tend to have patience. We want it now, we want it all. We tend to sort of operate within a fast-track society where we want to elevate and have quick results. That's the society that we've built as mankind. So I feel like we are all a process of that. But it says here, patience, waiting, determination. You're learning. That's one of the lessons you are learning in the month of June, which is all about patience. But you will see that you are making progress, and that patience is actually a very important thing that we all need to learn, because there is purpose in patience. Because basically it means we get to reevaluate circumstances to make sure that we are truly aligning ourselves with our heart's desire, but also we are waiting for other people to show their hand or their position. I feel like by waiting, you actually get the better outcome in whatever situation this is. Now, we will go deeper, as I said, to find out what that is. But as you can see, we've got the butterfly there, which represents transformation. So you're changing something about your lifestyle or your world. I mean, it could be a job that you're changing. It could be an outdated idea that you're changing. It could also be your confidence. You're changing that. And you are sort of like coming into your own. I feel like there's a lot of empowerment in the month of June for you, mainly because you're getting that first house influence there of your identity, who you are, what you're about, your integrity, who you want to be, who you feel like you want to connect with, and where you're going in the future. Whether you are in a work position or not, you're looking for a job or not, or whether you're retired or not. I feel like this is about you and what you bring to the table of life. And actually, you bring a lot. You're very talented, as I said, very creative. You march to the beat of your own drum. And I feel like you are a force to be reckoned with in the month of June. So I feel like that's something that you are learning about, having patience, waiting. You may have been having the waiting game on something right now. For example, if you put your resume out, that you may be waiting for the right opportunity to arise, or if you're waiting to buy a home, you may be waiting for the right one to come along, or if you're waiting for love, you're not the sort of person, Gemini, to wait. You tend to go out and happen to life. You don't let life just find you sitting on a bench somewhere twiddling your thumb so it can happen to you. You're a catalyst for change. You're always the sort of sign that's like, if you want something, you get up and you achieve it. You're very interesting. You've got a lot of ideas. So I feel with the Hierophant card, I feel like you're learning about moderation, learning about how skillful you are, how much knowledge you have, but also I feel like some of you are really good at giving advice. And I do feel be patient with someone who does come towards you for advice. They may not take it, my beautiful Gemini. I feel like you know who I'm talking about, because all of a sudden you've got an image of someone in your mind who tends to come to you for advice but rarely really takes it. They're indicating here that this person really needs a shoulder to cry on, and you are really good at sort of seeing things from all angles because of your element of duality. Just be a little bit patient with this person, because I know we shouldn't cotton wool other people, but I feel like this person's a little bit fragile at this time. So I don't know why that's coming through, but that's coming through, so I'm just going to give you that. Now the Hierophant is all about spiritual guidance, having faith. And sometimes because you want things to happen fast and they're just not happening in the time frame that you're hoping for, you may doubt the path. You may feel a lack of faith, or a real test of faith when it comes to accomplishing great things or accomplishing whatever it is you set out to do. But I feel like you're going to learn that everything has a place and a time. There is divine timing here. Now, some of you maybe taking a leap of faith to sort of go into like a teaching arena where you become a mentor, or you are giving really good advice. Some of you are going into like spiritual realms, connecting to source. So you may be helping people heal, or maybe you may be thinking about setting up your own business to help people meditate, or you may even be doing things like tarot or Reiki, yoga, things like that where you help other people. You could literally be going into the educational system as well, but I feel like you are a mentor. You have a lot of knowledge and you're really good at helping other people. You're actually a very good people person, even if at times you don't like the company of people, because we all have those moments where we like to connect, and your sign is all about community. It's all about communication, vibing, debate, all of those things, connecting to humans with the power of the mind and the soul coming together. But sometimes you need your downtime. Sometimes you're like, you know what, I need to shut off, rejuvenate my energy, and not speak to a soul. So I feel like you will have that push and pull in the month of June. But the Hierophant is telling me here that also people in positions of power are starting to notice you. So if you're at work and you're really trying to make a mark for yourself, and you're fighting for a position, perhaps it's a promotion or a raise, or you're trying to stand your ground in some sort of challenging time at your workspace, I feel like you're going to make yourself heard and respect it. I feel like people in power respect your position, and they're indicating here they actually like the fact that you are being patient and very measured. You're not being reckless in your energy, okay? Also, some of you will be connecting a little bit more to spiritual practices, trying to find peace in the everyday. And we've also got the one who is present. So that is coming directly to that finding source or connecting to source, whatever source you celebrate, and meditating on it. I feel like you are seeing clearly where you're at right now in the present moment. You're living for the now and you're being happy in this moment. It is so hard to live in the now because human beings, we tend to live in the past or live in the future. We forget to live in the now. So I feel like you are actually doing something very, very mature and very spiritual in the month of June. And it says here, now awareness acceptance. So I feel like also You may be accepting some of the blockages that it's almost like you're learning about the blockages that may have clouded your path in the past, and you're not just accepting them. I feel like you're identifying them in order to eradicate them. Okay, so overcoming fear, for example, overcoming situations where you allowed people to treat your kindness for weakness, you know, situations where you felt like you overgave to people who did not deserve it. I feel like you're starting to really evaluate who you are, what you stand for, and who gets to be in your heart or in your heart connections. Okay, now we got the Devil card, so I'm going to pull a card on that to see what the blockage is. But basically, as you can see with this particular Devil cards are not evil cards. They're a way of identifying a blockage. As you can see, it's like a theater there where the curtains are pulled back to reveal the fear or the blockage, the thing that has kept us felt bound to something that has been holding us back, and we feel helpless to change it. So whether it is procrastination, perhaps you've finally found the motivation to break free from procrastinating on an idea, or maybe you felt unmotivated recently, or you had low energy. Suddenly you're coming into your own and breaking free from that lethargy. Okay, it can also mean that something has been making you feel fearful. And when you identify, as you can see, the Moon card represents illusion and fears. And you can see that sort of like ominous figure there. It's a shadow that is created because of fear. But when you identify the root cause of the shadow side, we can see it's an innocuous pair of hands, and that's something that we can identify with and sort of see through the fear. We can just say, oh, it's just a pair of hands creating fear, or oh, this is the problem that is creating my anxiety. But when I really look at it, rather than not facing it or burying my head in the sand, it becomes more scary. It becomes more triggering when we try and avoid it and just make it becomes bigger than it really is until we really face it. So I feel like you're facing things head on, whether it is a big bill that perhaps you have had building up for a while, and you're like finally going to face that thing, and you're going to chop it down in piece by piece and connect to people in like positions of hierarchy, or someone who gives really good advice, for example, financial advice or something like that. I feel like you are actually connecting in a way where you overcome the issue, and it's not beholden, or you're not beholden to it anymore. It doesn't have any control over you anymore, whatever this is. Okay, so let me just pull a card on that for you. So as you can see, this is the card of control. That is control over you, where you feel like you have no power to change the circumstances. But then all of a sudden, the Death card comes along for transition, which says, I'm like a phoenix rising from the ashes, and I'm going to make some big changes. I'm ending the thing that has a control over me, and I'm transforming my life. Now I'm in control. So I feel like you are shifting the power in June, where you're actually in control of everything, and you're the master of your craft. You're really focusing on your capabilities and your ability to change things at will and manifest things that you've been working hard for a long time. So let me just clarify this Devil card. Can you please clarify the Devil card for my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? We've got the 8 of Cups in the reverse, which means something keeps coming back. It's a lesson. Okay, 8 of Cups is also, when you get the 8 of Cups in the reverse, it can mean that we're finding happiness within ourselves and not outside of ourselves, okay? So I feel like you are finding that being aware in the present, you're realizing that happiness comes from within, because the 8 of Cups in the upright means happiness is elsewhere and we are going to seek it. But this in the reverse indicates you're happy where you're at inside right now. So I feel like this is your outcome energy. So seeing the blockage, removing the blockage, you realize that actually that happiness comes from within in the present moment, and you have the power to change whatever it is you set out to. Also, the 8 of Cups indicates you're learning from the past. You're learning a lesson, and this lesson may have come up many, many times. Whether it is a person who returns to your life all the time and just shakes things up and makes things, you may be addicted to this person, or they're addicted to you. Or there's something here that you're addicted to, a cycle of something that just keeps showing up, and the lesson is always there, and you feel like you've never quite smashed that lesson out of the park. Well, June is the month for smashing that lesson right out of the park and moving on from it, okay? It may be like low self-confidence. Oh, I felt it straight away. I mean, the Empress energy it's in the reverse, which means low self-confidence, okay? It can also be neglecting your own needs to adhere to other people's. You may feel resistance in some area of your life. For example, this could be literally that sometimes you refuse to see the beauty within yourself, or the attractiveness within yourself, or the potential within yourself because of low self-confidence or low self-esteem. And your guides are saying, nurture yourself. You're full of like beauty, you're full of creativity. You know, for example, if you're an artist or you're a creative, you make music, or you you offer a world a service that comes from your soul, that is a part of you, your authentic self, but you may feel crippled with fear to share it with other people because you may feel judged. So it's a blockage. They want you to be aware that we all came to this lifetime with different skill sets. Honor those things within you. Don't neglect your own needs. You may sometimes feel also indecisive about what you want in the world, and that's okay. We don't have to come here knowing what our mission is. Our mission is actually to discover why we are here. Our mission is to find our way to our true life's purpose path. And there's a lot of distraction in the world. So I feel like this is about you coming into your own, okay, in the month of June. So the Death card signals change. You're cultivating your landscape or your personal circumstances in order to eradicate the clouds from in front of the sun. So I feel like you are trying to change to sort of build upon that happiness. The Death card is all about evolution. You've been through a rite of passage. You are making progress by sort of regenerating your energy, regenerating your circumstances, and sort of finding a way to cut something out. Now this could be that you're leaving a job, or you're leaving a home and you're relocating somewhere else. I feel like you are changing something so that you are more committed to the things that you feel connected to. The Magician card sees you being in that power. Okay, sees you taking the initiative, focusing on your skill set, recognizing you've got everything within you to be successful, everything within you to be happy, everything within you to be in power or in control of your circumstances. So also in the month of June, a lot of magical moments that manifest exactly the way that you'd hoped, but confidence is definitely the key. I feel empowerment is important. And this Magician card also indicates you're aligning yourself with whatever it is that you're fully engaged with in your heart, okay? I feel like Spirit is working magic through you, but this can come from like meditative states. So a lot of you are going to be connecting to either learning about how to meditate or meditating your usual meditations, but I feel you're actually resolving something within you, and it's almost like Gemini has arrived right in time for Gemini season. Okay, so let us go to the Celtic Cross. I'm going to get all of the cards first before I transmute an outcome. How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. Yeah, we're getting the same energy here. It's interesting, below you we've got a knight. Okay, so I was seeing those two knights jousting, and that one is like it's on a joust right there. So I definitely feel you're trying to accomplish something that may have felt really difficult, but you're going to accomplish that goal. We got King of Pentacles here, so yeah, you're making really good decisions. More money coming in. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment. So in the near future, 10 of Pentacles. I mean, you're totally bossing up, Gemini. There's more money available to you. Perhaps you're stepping into a leadership position, or you're setting up your own business to obtain a lot more money. But as you can see, we've got the 9 of Swords here, which is the external environment. It's connected to that Devil card, which indicates some sort of anxiety or worry about something. So we'll see what that's all about for you. Thank you so much, Spirit guys. Whoa. Hope and a fear, we got the Star. So stepping into a spotlight, having a wish come true, hope returning in a situation, but it's also about you being recognized for who you are, what you do, and accomplishing like a long-awaited goal. We've got the 5 of Wands. So as I said, the 5 of Wands is about rivalry, a competition. So as I said, I feel like there is something that you may be fighting for, or you felt like you've been challenged in some way, and I feel like you will fight for this and you will win. All your cards say, the Sun card, the King of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, the Star, the 10 of Pentacles, all these cards say you're a winner. Okay, thank you so much. But you've got to let go of something. We got Queen of Pentacles here. We do have the Devil card. It's showing up twice, Gemini. So this is something that you may feel obsessed with. Now, sometimes, and I don't imagine you would ever be like this, I can't feel this from your energy. Sometimes People are so focused on the winning that they forget to enjoy the journey, okay? Sometimes we can be so focused on our goals that we forget to enjoy the moment. So I really feel like this is something that you're learning about. I feel like you've learned about this before, but it may be something that sometimes we forget, and we need to be reminded by the universe to live in the moment, enjoy the moment. The journey is the thing that we should be enjoying, not the actual outcome or the accomplishment. But I feel here you may have been obsessed about something, and I don't feel like you would want to win something at all costs, but I really feel like you may be tempted to, for example, let's put it this way. Say, for example, you saw the home of your dreams and you bid to buy your home of your dreams, and then someone else is wanting it as well, and you're bidding against somebody. It's like a bidding war, but it's almost like you are wanting to win this home at all costs. Now, you will win it if it's meant for you, of course, but I feel like this is about making sure that you have like enough money or enough security, or that it's almost like look at your circumstances before you commit yourself to a fight. Know that there are some battles that are meant to be engaged with and some that are not. That's what I'm trying to get at, okay? I hope that resonates in some way. Anyway, I'll clarify as I get there. The heart of the matter right now, this is you in this moment, my beautiful Gemini. The Five of Cups. You feel like you've lost out on something, or you're regretting something, or you feel really sad, and you're just in this energy of like nothing's going right for you right now. All those cups, as you can see, are spilt. So you're just feeling like everything you turn your hand at right now, it's just like falling apart, or you may feel like you're doing so much trying to accomplish whatever it is, but you always feel like you fall short of the mark, or you always feel like you haven't quite grasped what you've been sacrificing for. So I feel like that you're in a state of disappointment about something. Now, this could be a disappointment about a love situation, because we do have a Two of Cups here in the past position. It can mean that perhaps you've been focusing a lot on love or trying to find love at this time, and you couldn't concentrate when it comes to your goals or your money and things like that. So I really feel like you're shifting your awareness, you're shifting your perspective on something. But there's something to be learnt here, which means whatever it is you're letting go of, there's something greater just around the corner. As you can see, this card, it's sort of like, it's screaming to have this figure turn around and see that actually something better is arriving. So whether you feel like you lost out on a promotion or an investment opportunity or income, or you felt like you lost out on a friendship, or something that you invested in, I feel like you're learning a lesson, but the most important lesson is the best is yet to come. Okay, and you may not be aware of that right now, but if you could see the cards, and you will see the cards in the future, you can see that actually there is a really positive outcome here. Whenever we get challenging circumstances, it is to test us, but it's to show us something greater in the long run, and that makes us become more how can I put that? Can you please give me the word I need, Spirit? It's to show us how to feel more gratitude for the things that we accomplished. Now, this is, I don't know how I feel about this. This is the energy they're giving me right now, so I'm just going to give it to you the way they're giving it to me. Personally, I don't know how I feel about this energy, but I'm going to relay what they're giving me. So basically, they're saying, if someone was to gift you a car, Gemini, you would love it. You would love that. It would be so great. They gifted you a car. You'd be just cruising along, and it would be amazing, freeing. What a wonderful, grateful person you are, and what a generous, kind, loving friend someone was to give you a car. Okay? And, you would cherish it. But if you work damn hard for that car yourself, and you bought that car with your own money, that you slaved over and you spent months, years trying to save up for, it is sweet reward. There's something about buying something for yourself that makes you feel like you're walking on air. I did this. I accomplished this. This is mine. There's something about you winning something, or you fighting for something and accomplishing it, that really gives you a sense of purpose. So I feel like it's almost like if you were given it on a plate, yes, you'd enjoy it. But the sense of reward that comes from working for it yourself, it is actually more rewarding. Now, of course, who wouldn't like to be gifted a car? I'd love it if someone could, give me a card, that'd be amazing. But you know, that's not going to happen. But if they did, I would also cherish it in the same way. But I do kind of understand what Spirit's trying to give me there, which is about your investment in things. You have to be invested in things in order to feel like there's a sense of purpose, that you made a good decision, that you are in control of, you know, your destiny, you're independent, you're living free, that sort of energy. So I do understand what they're saying here, but they're showing me here there's something greater showing up, and you are going to be so happy about it. But right now you're feeling down, you're feeling apathy, you're feeling like everything's in delay, nothing that you are hoping for is showing up right now. You're wondering, will the struggle ever end? Will I always have to be fighting for my happiness? Will I always have to be fighting for the thing that I want to accomplish? The answer is no. You won't have to be. Things do get easier, but this challenging time is to help formulate your character. It makes you stronger, and I feel like this is your challenge for the month, which is about finding that happiness. Happiness comes from within, but the sun actually indicates light, truth, clarity, energy. So if you've been feeling that no matter how hard you try on something and it just never kind of works out, you may be thinking about giving up. You may be thinking of like, what is the point? Why do I continue trying and all that happens is those cups just spill? Or you feel really disappointed with the opportunities that have headed your way so far, but you've yet to see what is to come, okay, which will actually make you feel very happy. There's accomplishment here. There is joy. There's a real awakening about the best is yet to come. That's what I feel here. Now deep down there's a goal. The Knight of Wands is someone who is very determined to succeed and is very independent, very unstoppable in their energy. They set a goal, they go after it, they accomplish it, they're on to the next. So I feel sometimes you've got to take a moment to realize how far you've come on the journey, okay? This is also about having the courage to go after and explore new avenues in your life, whether it's to earn more money, because this is an opposing energy. You may be trying to learn how to manage your money, or learn how to invest your money in a way that is more fruitful for you, or you may be looking at opportunities that help you be interested in what you do, exciting, but earns more money effectively. Now, some of you may be thinking about going into freelance work, because deep down you need to be on the move, you need adventure, you need to be able to explore new ideas. You're a very exciting sign, okay? So you may feel sometimes you get a little bit restless. So I feel you're actually going to be very enterprising and find a great idea or something that really sets your soul on fire, and trusting in your vision, you will act accordingly and you will accomplish what you value the most. You can manifest whatever it is you want in many, many forms. Okay, so you are an innovator. They just said you are an innovator. If there's ever a problem, you find a solution. So I feel like you're going to find that vitality, that energy to go after a goal or a dream, and you're unstoppable. Okay. Now, we got the Two of Cups. It's in the past position. So you may have decided at grassroots that you want to align yourself with something that really vibrates with your frequency. The Two of Cups doesn't always have to be about love. It's about attraction, the law of attraction. You being in a certain frequency and attracting the right situation for you, okay? So whether that's a love situation, whether it's an agreement, a proposal, a contract with a company, or or some sort of opportunity for you to love what you do and earn money from it, whatever it is you're attracting, you've made a decision. It has to be about reciprocity. It has to be about give and take, because you're done with investing in situations that it's always one-sided. So I feel like you're making better choices because of the lessons that you've been learning, okay? Now, this is about you really focusing on attracting whatever it is you set out to do. So I feel like you're in the law of attraction for the month of June, but this is already something that's been starting. Now you've got the energy to implement it. And as you can see, whatever it is you're attracting, you're getting your wish. In the near future, you have the Nine of Cups, which means an accomplishment of a desire. This is a desire to attract what you want, okay? To match it with your frequency, and together you sort of like connect with the thing that you love, or the thing that you've been trying to sort of manifest in your world. Now, of course, I cannot ignore the fact that there is a Two of Cups here and there's a King and Queen of Pentacles. So you could be attracting love right now. You may have been thinking that you're so focused on finances that now you actually want to look at love. So if you're looking for a relationship, I feel like there is one coming on in, but I feel like you're making yourself more financially secure. First, focusing on your money and your goals, and you will attract love in divine timing. You can have it all. Basically, this position says you can have it all. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull a quick card on that Two of Cups. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please? How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. We got the Star. So this can also be about healing a previous relationship or a previous circumstance. But again, I feel this is more to do with a wish coming true. I mean, it's no accident that you're getting the Star again. The same cards are showing up. So this is like you're getting a wish, a dream come true. This is about you seeing the light, being clear, being hopeful that you can start to see the seeds are already been sown. They're starting to grow. They're starting to manifest. You're aligning yourself with your wish or your the thing that you want to succeed in. Okay, so I feel like you're seeing clearly that your manifestations, your law of attraction energy is working. In the potential position, we got the King of Pentacles. So that's the Midas touch. That's a lot of money coming on in. You're making really good investments. If you do not have a job at this time, I feel like there is a freelance job that comes your way that actually sets you on the soul. It almost sets you on the soul path to something a little bit more committed that brings in a lot more money. So you could be having some sort of creative collaboration with a group, a soul tribe, and you make a lot of money from that. Some of you may be setting up your own business, being an entrepreneur, and you're attracting a lot more success, a lot more attention, a lot more money. So this is you being very enterprising. I also feel with this that you are able to find opportunity everywhere and anywhere because of your competent nature, your commitment, your blueprint, as it were, of your plan. I feel like you are attracting good karma, but also good prosperity because of your nature, your can-do attitude. Now, also with this card, I feel like some of you are going to be doing a lot of filing. Nobody likes that word, like filing, like looking at paperwork, documents, paying bills, you know, all that administration, sort of day-to-day stuff. So you may feel like you're in business mode in sort of like the middle of the month, around about that super full moon in Sagittarius, because I feel like you're being inspired to believe in yourself, commit to your goals and your dreams even harder than before, because this can be a card of ambition, but it's all about money as well, and sort of doing something that you love in order to be successful and be financially rewarded so that you can take care of yourself, your family, and lead a life fulfilled and full of luxury, okay? So I feel like you're bang on the money there. But this can also be a card of motivation, okay? So it's almost like your investment is paying dividends, whatever your investment or you're investing in, okay? Now, in the near future position, we have the Nine of Cups. Everything you ever wanted. Everything you're focusing on, you're working hard. I mean, this card says you are working hard to get it. You're not just there twiddling your thumbs, as I said, on that bench, waiting for life to show up for you. Your commitment to those goals and dreams are actually going to pay off. This is your energy. You're going at full speed ahead to accomplish whatever it is you've got your eye on. You're not being reckless. You're having the courage. Now, some of you may be actually taking a job that is out of town, or you have to travel for it. It doesn't have to be a freelance position, but I feel like this is something that really excites your soul, that is different. You're enthusiastic, you've got strong connection and emotion about it, and you want to achieve this thing. And I feel like with the Nine of Cups, this is you sort of like satisfied that you are accomplishing those things, or you're sort of fulfilling your needs or fulfilling your destiny in some way. This is a card of the good life, but it's also a card of success, okay? So every card seemed to be like, you started off not believing in success or feeling like maybe I'm not going to get what I want because I feel so disappointed, so empty. Things just don't feel right now. But because cups, especially the Five of Cups, can be about you're working so hard, but you're just feeling like you're running on empty. You just feel not connected to the things that you're doing right now. But all of a sudden, you know, the sun indicates you're finding that happy spot within you, and you're changing the way that you look at your goals and your energy, and you're suddenly getting that boost of motivation to drive yourself forward. We all get a moment of feeling like, what am I doing this for? I mean, what's the point? So I feel now you're seeing the point, and with that star energy especially, in order to achieve that happy spot, okay? Now, basically your advice to yourself in this moment is the Ten of Pentacles, which is commit, commit, commit. Your energy, you know, this is about leaving your legacy, especially since it's connected to your first house of the self. This is about making your mark. The Ten of Pentacles is about, you know, what your legacy will be. It can also be that you're focusing on your family responsibilities at this time, but also seeing your position within that setup. So I feel like you're also being really dependable, really loyal, practical about your needs, and it's all about the plan. I mean, some of you may be wanting to sort of buy a home, or you're saving, because the Ten of Pentacles is like putting money away, stashing money away for either retirement or, you know, for to buy a home or for a big purchase in some way. So I feel like you're actually, in terms of wealth, you know, you're currently in the Ten of Pentacles. Your potential is the King of Pentacles. So we're totally bossing up here, Gemini, in the future for yourself. You're on the right track. Now, also, you may be looking at loyalty. Okay, because they're showing me the man patting the dog. They're really highlighting it. So if this is about love for you, you may be looking at your fears around loyalty, committing to relationships long term, whether you can trust. If you've got trust issues due to previous circumstances, you may be trying to work through those, because you really invest a lot. And if you've been disappointed in love in the past, you've been trying to build your confidence and build your happy place in an independent way where you don't need nobody, you just want somebody. So there may have been a period where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to go out there, I'm going to have a fling. You know, that card can connect to having a fling. There may be a flirtation, and you were not looking for love, but all of a sudden life happens when you're busy making other plans, right? So I feel like if you're getting I don't know what that sound was there. May have been a car or a motorcycle outside, so I do apologize for that sound if it was a bit loud there. But I feel like you are looking about loyalty, whether that's in your friendships, relationships, love relationships or friendships. You know, I feel like you're looking at loyalty, the way that you give and the way that you invest in things and what it is you feel you get out of those situations. And you're making sure it's all about reciprocity. Now, if this has already happened in the past, my beautiful Gemini, some of you, I feel in the past may have lost somebody. So if that's you, I'm sending you a huge, huge hug out there. All of my love and hugs there. If I could reach out, as I always say, and grab you all up in the screen, I would, and I would just give you a big old. So you may be going through a waiting process for inheritance and things like that. It's not something that you really want to think about or go through. It's just a process that is necessary. You'd rather have the person here with you on the physical plane. So I totally understand, but you may have to go through documents, or you may have to face administrative things to do with that, and it may make you feel like running away from it right now, but I feel like you will sort of find that courage to really look at that, and some of you will get you know, some sort of inheritance and things like that. So I don't really want to dwell on that. That's only if it's already happened. I'm not saying to people, if you haven't lost somebody, I'm not saying you're losing somebody and that's going to happen. It's something, if you already lost somebody and you're going through that inheritance process right now, I feel like it may come to an end, okay? Very, very soon. Now we've got the external circumstances, the Nine of Swords. So this is like, I mean, the external circumstances can be world circumstances. You know, right now we are constantly triggered with like news headlines. If you read the news, you know, somehow I still manage to stay informed. Not just because of my guides, but, you know, because I still manage to absorb things when I'm like looking on the internet and social media and things like that. But I never actually actively seek any newspaper titles or anything like that. So I feel this is about, you know, the world at large at the moment being a very sort of anxious kind of place. We've got a lot going on in the world. So I feel this could be external circumstances making you feel in that state of fear and anxiety, and you may be asking, what's the point? We're living in a crazy world. What's the point in me going after this and accomplishing this when actually the world's in turmoil? So you may feel called to bury yourself in your head a little bit and in your heart a bit, and try to ignore the circumstances around you in order to inspire yourself and believe in yourself, because you are picking up a lot of energy. You're absorbing energy around you like a sponge. And if the anxiety around you is in some way dulling your true life's purpose, or it's making you feel stuck in a rut, I feel like disconnecting is important. I mean, some of you, especially if you're trying to accomplish a real big goal or dream, you may feel a little bit fear, sleepless nights, worrying about the ins and outs of things. If you're setting up your own business or your work for yourself, you may be wondering, am I doing the right thing? Am I filling in the right forms? And am I, paying the right tax? All of those things that come to us at 3 a.m. in the morning when we're trying to sort of sleep. It's like you do business when you lie down in bed. Okay, so that's what I feel with this card, Gemini. As soon as you get into bed and you're like, okay, been a long day, let's sleep now. And it's like, oh, I've got to do this, and now I've got to do that, and oh, I didn't do that thing, and oh, what if I didn't do that right? Oh my gosh, I forgot to email that person. So I feel like a lot of your business sort of reminders are happening when you go to bed. So try to switch off when you go to bed. Switch off from your phones, from your laptops, all of those things if you can. I mean, it's easier said than done, but I'm just going to see again what this fear is. Can you please show me the 9 of Swords? What's going on here for my beautiful Gemini? What are they meant to see? I mean, some of you may be looking at, because it's a birthday month, you may be looking at how old you are, and you may be feeling that you should be further along on your path than you are right now. Everything happens in divine timing. Don't sweat it, okay? There are changes happening here that actually propel you forward. So you're not too old to do anything. Always remember that. I don't care if you're 97, 120, whatever age you are, even if you're 19. If you've got sort of a notion to do something, you can achieve it. You can accomplish it. Doesn't matter how old you are. Page of Wands in the reverse. You may feel unstretched or bored, or you're feeling like unfulfilled, and it's making you feel anxious. Like you may feel like you're struggling with something that normally you'd be passionate about, or you felt like you've lost your motivation for something, and it's making you feel a little bit nervous or a little bit anxious. Like, will you ever rediscover what you're excited about? Or will you rediscover that energy, that motivation if, because you may have been feeling like lack of energy or lack of challenge right now, and you like to keep things interesting. Page of Wands in the reverse with the 9 of Swords. I would definitely say that sometimes you connect to things and you're really invested in things, and then it's not that you get too bored too easily, but you need to be stimulated. And if you're not, it makes you feel anxious that you're missing out on life, and you may seek new adventures, or especially when you need to begin a new project or start a new job or a new role, or maybe you're trying to find your purpose at this moment in time, and you're feeling a little bit anxiety because you feel a bit disconnected from yourself. Everything is going to work itself out, okay? You're going to see very, very clearly with this card. This is a hope and a fear, because I feel like you have been going through a real test, and you may fear that either you're going through some sort of depression or despair right now, or just confusion as to how much effort you put into things, and it just seems to be like you're coasting, or you're always in the same position. You're going to see that you are advancing, that there is progress, but you need to be aware to live in the now, okay? Because if we're always seeing outside ourselves or always looking in the future, I mean, visualization, manifestation, very good, but don't focus in it all time. Don't have it like an obsessive energy, because then we always feel like we're running after something. We're never living grounded in the now. So the star energy is this wish coming true. There is hope returning. There's a calmness about June, and I feel like trust the process. A dream is coming true. The stars are aligning for you, and you will gain major insight into your journey in June, where you know what to do next, okay? You're going to make a move. It's almost like your future self will thank you for it, but you have to fight for it. If you want it, you got to fight for it, whatever this is. And it's not the sort of fight that is a struggle. The 5 of Wands tends to be something that you are in training for, or that you feel a lot of people want to do, but you are ready for the challenge. You're up for it. You need to be challenged. You need to be stimulated. So I feel otherwise, if you don't, we got a little bit of boredom, we got a little bit of procrastination, we got a little bit of negativity coming on in. I mean, these can be things like if you're feeling unstretched in your life, or you feel like there's no excitement, sometimes we cause drama in order to have that excitement. Sometimes we go drinking recklessly because we think, you know what, what's the point? Let's all go and do fun things like that. I feel this is about you, especially with your sign of duality, that you tend to experience all that life has to offer, and that is wonderful. I'm a Scorpio, and I'm all up for that, especially when I was younger. If I would be into everything, just trying to find my way. What do I like? What do I not like? What is my path? What is not my path? So we've got to try. I mean, variety is the spice of life in order to see what we like, see what we don't like, so we can eradicate the things that we don't want. But when we feel bored, unstretched, or we feel lost on our path, then we can be sort of possessed by negative energies where we start to create drama just so that there's a bit of excitement. We may reconnect with an ex, for example, that we know is bad for us because we feel like, oh, there's no one else out there at the moment, so maybe we could just hit this up one more time because maybe it'll be right this time. Or maybe, so sometimes we bond ourselves to situations that we truly don't want, but because we feel there's nothing going on, or we feel a little bit like stuck in a rut, we actually seek like something. It's not that you seek something negative, it's almost like you seek drama outside the situation. So I'm going to pull a quick card on this, okay, because I really feel like you need to look at when things are challenging. I feel like you thrive under pressure, but when you're not stimulated, or when you feel like you're not fighting for anything, I feel like that's when you may feel like unwell, or you may feel bored, or you may feel like hitting sort of like an X up, or maybe connecting to addictions that you had in the past. Maybe you're on the wagon, and then this is Ace of Swords in the reverse is like mental cloudiness, or not seeing something clearly. And the World card in the reverse is like this is something that's still unfinished, that keeps popping up. It could be an unfinished lesson, okay? Whether it's an unfinished lesson between you and a person, or you in addiction, or you in a state of mind about like low self-confidence. It's almost like sometimes, especially when we feel bored or unchallenged, we make poor judgments. Let's put it that way. That's what I'm feeling with these cards. Now, this could be that someone continues to lie to you, not tell you the truth on something, and you still give this person the benefit of the doubt. It's all about loyalty. So I feel there's elements of that coming through as well. So definitely a lesson that keeps resurfacing is being sort of finally looked at, and the challenge is you overcoming it and releasing yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is all about making a healthy choice, making a healthy investment. It's about creating a healthy boundary, but it's also about being determined, being committed to your dreams and goals, and not being distracted by anything that has the power to derail you from your path. Okay, so I feel like that's about your focus, the intense focus. That's why you got the Magician card here. For some of you, if you're looking for love, of course, there's a King and Queen of Pentacles here. So this could be a real power couple. This person could work in a similar arena as you. It doesn't have to be in a workspace environment, because I feel like you wouldn't want to do that, but you may be tempted to. For example, I would say it's an unhealthy, unless you work in different departments and there's no real crossover. I feel like there could be a potential for you to meet somebody at work, but it would have to be like if they worked in a different department or in a different building or something like that, because I feel you need that freedom to express yourself within your circumstances and not feel like you're it's almost like I feel like you don't like labels being put on you, especially like in the workspace. You're very focused on your work. But I feel like it's about you making good investments in people as well, committing yourself to your goals and dreams. I mean, this is in the potential position. So if you're in a 10 of Pentacles here, it makes sense that you're going to go to a Queen of Pentacles first before you go to a King of Pentacles energy. So I feel like you're mastering your craft, you're investing in your goals, and you're leveling up, and you're using your resources wisely. With these cards, I feel like also, especially with the external environment, the economic environment that we live in, I feel like you're protecting your finances, finding ways to protect your finances so that you can keep a safe home space. And some of you, as I said, you may be building a pot of money to buy property or real estate and things like that. Or you could be even thinking about like rejuvenating your home, doing DIY. You may be called to do all of those things, but it's all about investment for this month for you. And I feel like it's about investment in self and in the things that you love doing. And I feel like you're going to accomplish it. There's a lot of success here. Those cards, 9 of Cups, the Star energy, the Sun card. I feel like you're releasing anything that's been binding you or blocking you. And there's a lot more money as well. I feel like you're on the right track. Now, final cards, we've got Raven, Shaman. It says, you are the creator and the magician. The first card you got was the creator. The last one there was the magician. That's in your overall fated energy. So definitely a card that's important. Use your gifts for good. Okay, as I said, there's a tendency for a little bit of procrastination or addictive personality. Sometimes we get bored and we seek drama. So, I mean, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you what I'm being given by Spirit. It says, there is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. So I definitely feel like this is about you working really hard in silence, accomplishing your goals. But I feel like that inner roar is coming out and you're overcoming an obstacle. Now they're giving me something in the water. In the next 4 to 5 weeks, you're going to be walking, like, I don't know, down the sidewalk, or you're going to be walking down a path. You're going to see an initial. You're going to see it like a letter in the, not a letter as in someone's written, but an initial. It could be the initial D. Looks like a D or an O or something. I mean, I don't feel like the initial is the important thing. I feel like you're going to come across something that has one initial on the floor. Okay, so whether it's someone has lost their necklace and it was an initial, or a ring and it had an initial, or it's a block initial letter, look out for that. Okay, it's a signifier from Spirit that there's some really positive news headed your way. They're not showing me an envelope, but I feel there's a positive change, positive shift. But you're going to see an initial. Okay, I know it's so random. Also, I feel with the Devil card, it could be connected to the substances that you put inside your body. So you may be actually looking at healthier eating patterns, healthier sleeping patterns, healthier exercise routines in the month of June as well. So I feel like you're getting clear about you and your space, especially since this is so important. I am sacred. You're sacred both inside and out, and I feel like you're honoring yourself. It's number 11, so you're on the 11-11 pathway. You're on the spiritual path. Again, if you're in a love relationship, I feel like you're deepening your commitment, overcoming some challenges that perhaps you and your partner have. But I mean, hey, what relationship doesn't have challenges? That's what being in love is all about. We take the road together and overcome the obstacles. So I feel like there is a togetherness here. For those of you who are looking for love, I feel like, yes, there is a lot of sort of like opportunity to meet somebody new, but you need to come out of a comfort zone and sort of get out there and, you know, try to find a person. I know it's easier said than done, but I feel like you will put yourself in a circumstance. I do feel actually you'll meet someone who's very challenging in a positive way, who raises you up, someone who's really exciting to be with. This person is a traveler, not a traveler as in they don't have a home. They have a base, but they like to do a lot of traveling, a lot of sightseeing, very adventurous spirit. This person is also very, very creative, okay, very passionate. And I do feel like you'll commit long-term to this person, but be mindful. If you see you are emulating a pattern or you go for the same sort of people, be mindful of that. I feel like there's a lesson there about the people you gravitate towards, okay? If you see a red flag, notice it. Nip it in the bud, okay? Anyway, I am sacred, very important. And I'm just finally going to get a ruin before I close. I'm trying to get 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so your first ruin there, oh, I know what this one is for sure. So this is potential, yeah. This is also about freedom, freedom in your choices, coming to a really positive conclusion. This is also about having composure in your decisions, okay? This can connect to as well, endings bringing new beginnings, and mindfulness, so, and meditation. But I always see it as like, sometimes I see it like this with double X, which for me is like Wheel of Fortune energy times 2. So I feel like it's about you realizing your potential and having a lot of lucky opportunities to overcome your own expectations as well. We've also got for you, okay, so this, they're actually showing me a boat. when they do that. So it's connecting to perhaps water. Yes. So the water rune, that's about your emotions, psychic abilities. Pay close attention to your intuition and your dreams. They are very, very important. Okay. Now, this rune in particular, this is about overcoming temptation as well. It's almost like having the good angel and the bad angel sitting on your shoulders. And you being that sign of duality, my beautiful Gemini, you'll know all about that. So it's almost like beware of temptation that could lead to some sort of drama or something that is, you know, sometimes, I'm going to say this, back in the day, I'd wake up and I'd be like, I feel like I'm going to have an argument today. Don't know why, but I just do. And I would actually, it's almost like it was a self-prophesizing energy. I just sought the drama because I was just not fulfilled in my life at that time. I was very young, very immature. It's like I could smell drama in the air and then I was magnetized towards it. I had the good angel and the bad angel. And every time when I was younger, every time the bad angel just kind of whispered and made it a little bit more exciting than the good angel. And I listened to that. So none of us are saints. We're all making choices. None of us come here with a manual of how to do life, but I feel like you're making the right choices in the month of June for you, the healthier choices. And finally, the last rune here, see if I can get this energy. Okay, so I'm actually seeing the Wheel of Fortune now in the water. So this could be the Destiny rune. Yeah, dice. Okay, so this is about risk, taking maybe a leap of faith, but this is about your destiny being revealed to you, being on the right path, the seeds that you've sown coming to some sort of fruition. It can also talk about intuition, but it also can talk about sensuality. So having a frisson with somebody, you meeting somebody and thinking it's just a fling, but actually it becomes something a little bit more committed. So it can mean that as well. So a lot of potential for you in the month of June. I hope you enjoy your birthday month. Huge hug and love to you. Also, if you'd like to win the chance to win a free personal reading, all you have to do is write 5 things down on a piece of paper that you would like to release from your life that you think is a blockage, and find a creative way to release them. In the comments box below, just put this sentence: I've let it go, now I'm in the flow, and I'll gravitate towards one lucky subscriber on the 28th of June. Also, if something resonated here for you, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini. Love and light.